And welcome along to AVFTS Wrexham. Hope you're well and enjoying your day wherever you are watching this and whenever you're watching this. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and get in the comment section and let me know your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions on a true legend that we must say thank you and goodbye to in Paul Mullin. Absolutely a massive day in the club, a massive day for Paul Mullin, and a massive day to reflect on really the journey that Wrexham AFC have been on because of this man. He has been absolutely instrumental in the massive promotions that Wrexham have had, and this is a true legend. But first of all, before we go into this story, I must say I do apologise. It's been over nearly a year since I've uploaded on this channel. We've had problems, we've had issues, we've been locked out of this account, we've had to fight for it back, but I have now got my hands back on my AVFTS Wrexham account. Be sure now to find a lot more consistent uploads on this channel, from these type of videos to also live streams, etc., etc. So welcome aboard if you are new, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. This is back, we're back. AVFTS Wrexham is back for the new season, and boy, you better believe it. And don't just think that I've ignored the Wrexham season. It's been an absolutely incredible one following behind closed doors. And what a promotion again in League One. Not an easy feat, but in the end, Wrexham got the job done, most importantly. And now a big season ahead lies in the Championship, where who knows what could happen. And I'm sure to be excited as you are. But let's get into today's story then. It is all about a true legend in Paul Mullin. First of all, let's just get the news up on the screen right now for you all. Yeah, we can confirm, as Wrexham AFC have said on their official Twitter, we can confirm striker Paul Mullin will join Wigan Athletic on loan for the 25-26 season. All the best for the season, Moles. And yeah, let's just break this down then. Of course, Wigan Athletic, a League One side, didn't get promoted. The Latics will be looking to go up and back to the Championship as soon as possible. They've acquired the services of Paul Mullin, which is a brilliant addition for them. And it's a loan deal. So it works out well for both parties in that sense. And it keeps Paul Mullin's future very much open. And I think that that's the start base of where we're going to go today. The story that is Paul Mullin. And people have reacted online that, you know what, they really are going to miss Paul Mullin. And some of the memories that people have shared, some of the statues, some of the sort of personal moments they've had with him have been shared all online. But also, we've got to remember his goals, what he has contributed, and you're going to see some of that. But yeah, let's have a look at some of these comments here. For example, on that post that it was. Sean Winter has put, that's sad, that really, really sad. Absolute Wrexham legend, full preseason injury free, and he hits 20 plus, not a problem. He's pure class. I don't think any Wrexham fan would like to see him go. All the very best and thank you. And that is, a massive statement. People still believe that this guy, Paul Mullin, are absolutely ready for the Championship, that he could still do a role. Now, we know that last season he missed out to other strikers in Smith, in Fletcher, people who were keeping him sidelined. And there was a mysterious case of Paul Mullin last season. But it just seems that potentially, there is that behind the scene issue. There is that idea that Wrexham have outgrown Paul Mullin, and we'll see what goes on here. Yeah, and look, there's some other comments again on that post, more negative ones than positive ones at the moment. It says, not sure the club has outgrown Mullin, but what do I know? Maybe it's a wage issue. Migos says, how do you feel about this? After Mullin said just to play one game in the Championship with Wrexham will be worth absolute everything. It seems harsh that he won't get at least the change of the chance to play this season. And Wrexham have already made that decision as well, that he wasn't going to get a pre-season under Parky at all. So yeah, it's a good decision, the loan deal. It helps Mullin, it helps the club, and it works for both parties. But people are wondering who will come in and replace Mullin, and there's that big idea of Jamie Vardy that is still being scooped around everywhere. But let's have a look at some of the positivity then around Paul Mullin and what we've seen from him. And look, there's so many great comments on there. And I think, first of all, we've got to go to Paul Mullin himself. Look how Paul Mullin responded on social media to the news that came out. He said the following: all the best this season, keep the train rolling. And that's only going to make fans of Paul Wrexham. Literally, me saying Paul Wrexham just shows that he is literally that iconic man. Paul Mullin will see that, and there'll be tears in their eyes. A humble statement, a very heartwarming statement, and he still wants Wrexham to go on and get promoted and keep the train rolling. And as you can imagine, in inundated comments, um, and people saying they're going to watch Wigan. Super Paul Mullins was the real reason I followed Wrexham from the States. Amazing player, amazing dad, amazing role model, amazing human being. All the best for you and your family. Um, and I think that's another good one to stop on there, is that the reason that Wrexham had so much fame is obviously because of that documentary they had. But Paul Mullin himself was more than just a footballer in some people's eyes. The idea of that, what he had to go through with his family and his children's situation, the fact that he actually had more lucrative deals in his earlier career and could have played a lot higher. But really, the idea of joining Wrexham when they were in the National League was to be closer to his family, to have that family network and support. And people resonate a lot with that. And of course, he's gone on for that fame. And look, what can you say? It's just ridiculous. Have a look at some of this. This is Paul Mullin's journey under the new Wrexham ownership as well, which is this: 110 goals in 172 games, won 3 successive promotions, wrote a book, and appeared in Deadpool and Wolverine alongside Ryan Reynolds. Had a Wrexham career, Paul Mullin. And again, character. The testimony to this is the goal scoring record says enough. That's not even got his assists on there. 3 promotions in a row. And then to even the star in Hollywood. Would Paul Mullin 4 or 5 years ago have even ever imagined such a thing? To think that he appeared in one of the biggest, Marvel series, Deadpool and Wolverine, is just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And again, people are only going to have fond memories, fond sort of mentions of Paul Mullin. You will not see a bad note of him. Again, I like this one to show you a post of. So someone's come up with a chant, and it's "We've lost Mullin, Super Paul Mullin. It is quite hard to understand. He'll play in blue and white. It doesn't feel quite right. We've lost Super Paul Mullin." And again, like, this is how much of a legend this guy is. He's got his own, Banksy style painting on buildings. Like, he's got his own memorials. It's iconic. And again, the city, the town of Wrexham, they're going to have to move on. They're going to have to move on, and that memorial of Paul Mullin will eventually come down, and there'll be a new figure on there. So, we can see that the outcry online is very much going to miss him. I'm pretty devastated, and I don't know, what the future looks like. And I think he's going to go on and have a really successful spell at Wigan. I think he's going to have his time to shine really well in League One, and maybe, just maybe, one day the fairy tale of the fairy tale of coming back to Wrexham. Who knows if it's ever on the cards? As I said, he is still currently a contracted Wrexham player. He is still currently, associated with them, but he is going to be playing for Wigan on loan. Who knows? Who knows? And I think this chapter still isn't finished yet. I think Paul Mullin will get his send off. I think he will get to say bye to the fans properly. So just watch this space. But we are back. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've enjoyed the content. It's been nice to look back at Paul Mullin sort of tributes. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, your favourite Paul Mullin moments, what you loved about him, why you liked him. And yeah, would love to hear from you all. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Ta